Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Trump tariffs. I don't know what 0.0, right? Because people are calling it 2.0, but I'm pretty sure Trump has a lot of tariff tantrums by now, right? So how's the market reacting after Trump posted that he will 100% carry out Greenland tariff threats, right? Because everyone is now saying, oh, taco, you know, Trump always chickens out. And then the Nasdaq is reacting 1.2%, right? So what the market is saying is they do believe that Trump might carry out these things, but they are not fully panicking anymore like before, right? Like before, when we have the first initial tariffs during March and April in 2025, you can see how steeply the market dropped compared to now, right? So just starting off with the main topic, do I expect this Trump tariff 2.0 to be the catalyst for the next crash, right? And the answer is no, right? Because the crashes that come like this, right, is because the market has not foreseen something, right? And with how many times these tariff threats have been used and these tariff negotiations have been used, right? The market has already foreseen this, so that's why you can see the market is not down like 3 or 5%. They're not in full panic mode, right? It takes a full panic for the market to go down 20-30% in a span of 1-2 months, right? So the most comprehensive step-by-step playbook was from the Kobisi letter, right? I can't pronounce their name. But they have like a lot of steps on what Trump does, right? But basically, to summarize, Trump normally makes the threats on Fridays or Saturdays or the weekend, right? The early of the weekend, right? Because they don't want the market to react very violently, right? If he said it in the middle of the trading day, the market might just plunge and there's a lot of liquidations, people panicking, people are not sure what's happening, right? But if you say on the weekend, at least investors have some time to process. And then because there's not a huge sell-off during the market, nobody follows that much, right? Because you have to know about all these like straight down sell-offs. It's because people start panicking, right? It's not because the fundamentals have changed that much, right? Because in this case, people still think it's a negotiation tactic, right? So we have to see a few weeks or few months from now, is this just a negotiation tactic or has Trump really lost his mind? He wants to be emperor of the world. Nobody knows until we see it then, right? But basically, the long story short of this playbook is he will normally announce these things on the weekends. And in this case, it's a 3-day weekend because Monday was also a trading holiday, right? So 3-day weekend. And then after that, he will pressure on the weekend a lot, right? He'll say, oh, I'm going to carry out heavier tariffs and stuff like that. And someone on the EU or whatever will react, right? And then he will use that to negotiate even more, right? Say, I'm going to do even worse things because this person threatened me or this person did this, right? And then after that, when futures open, right, they will panic, right? Because you can see that people are still not sure what's going to happen. The Nasdaq is dropping pre-market. And after that, Trump will give the market some hope, right? Basically, he will come out and say, oh, there's some negotiations underway. Regardless of what's happening, right? Actually, it doesn't matter what's happening. It's the optics and it's Trump's market, right? He can say like, oh, we are having negotiation. And then the other party might say, oh, we're not having negotiation. We didn't even pick up his call. But the market will believe Trump more than they believe the other market, right? That's how it is for now. So we can see that actually we are in step 8 of the Kobisi letters step-by-step guide, right? Because you can see yesterday, Trump actually posted, I had a very good telephone call with Mark Rutte, the Secretary General of NATO, concerning Greenland. I agreed to a meeting of the various parties in Davos, Switzerland, right? So this is what Trump has been leading up to, right? Why did he post it on Friday and early Saturday, right? It's because that Davos is coming out, right? And Davos is around this week and next week, right? So if you don't know what Davos is, basically they go to this place called Davos, Switzerland. I think it's a city in Switzerland, and all the elite and the ruling class go there to discuss ideas on like the world policy and stuff like that, right? So it's a big networking event for the elite, right? If I have to put it that way. So it's quite clear that Trump did this, so going into the Davos meetings, he has a bit of leverage, right? A bit of say that, oh, you know, I already given you 1 week to think about it. Think about how you're going to react to me, right? And think about what you're going to offer me in order for me to stop these tariffs or not implement these tariffs, right? Because actually Trump doesn't really want to implement these tariffs, or even if he implements the tariffs, he doesn't want them for very, very long, right? It's just a negotiation. So what are my thoughts regarding this topic, right? So obviously don't use just one YouTube video to inform your topic, go do some research and stuff like that, and maybe read this, right? This is a very informative step-by-step guide, right? So even if you can't use it to trade this time because you feel like you're late or whatever it is, and Trump only does it on the weekend, you can use it to understand how Trump is moving, right? So you don't panic sell or you don't make the wrong moves in the market, right? So my personal thoughts are that actually I think Trump will acquire a part of Greenland, right? Not whole of Greenland, but a part of Greenland where it's strategic, where they can put in some bases or something like that, or have more security guarantee, right? I don't think he's going to be able to buy over the whole of Greenland, because in that case, I think the Europeans would just think like, oh, they're going to come and buy me next, right? Or something like that, right? But I think this is also why they keep emphasizing, oh, we want the whole of Greenland, we want the whole of Greenland. So after that, they can step back and say, oh, we only want like parts of Greenland. So if you guys come to terms with it, we are taking like 20% of Greenland, you can have the rest. The rest is not strategic. And then they might be able to come to a deal some way like that, right? So there's a lot of ways to make money off this Greenland thing. One way is definitely precious metals. You can see that precious metals are continuing to hit all-time highs because of all this news. The second way is you obviously can bet on like websites, prediction websites, Polymarket, Kalshi, or whatever it is, whether Trump will buy Greenland or part of Greenland or something like that, right? So these are like two actionable ways you can do it. You can also do it in the stock market, because you can see that the Nasdaq futures are going down, right? And if you don't think that his tariffs are going to affect that much, maybe this is a buy the dip opportunity, right? So yeah, with that being said, that's about all I wanted to share today. If you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe, and also hit the bell button. With that being said, have a fantastic day ahead, and peace out.